The numbers on your screen a little delayed, but the JSE closing just over 1% in the green this afternoon. And I've got Ricus Reeder from PSG Wealth to talk to me about today's market movements. So, Ricus, it's been a very volatile time on the JSE, and that's largely, if I'm correct, got to do with what we're seeing happening in China, dragging down heavyweights like Naspers, and that obviously filtering through onto the JSE. But today was a good day. That came through some from financials and, of course, other industrials.
Correctly, but as you've said, the story for the past 3 days, not only on our markets but world markets, has been Chinese tech companies, and that obviously includes Tencent, which directly influenced the share prices of Naspers and Process on our market, who are the two biggest listings on the market. So today, both of those shares went up around about 7%, and as a result, our market, as you said, closed about 1.5% higher. But that fear about the crackdown by the Chinese government on technology companies is, I think, putting a bit of a damper on that sector, not only in China but also worldwide, in the sense of if the action taken by China is so drastic, in other words, what else can happen, not only in the tech sector, but in other sectors like pharmaceuticals, or, as we've seen, education, or even in the financial sector.
Right, let's bring it back home. Let's talk about Impala. We had Anglo American Platinum 2 days ago. Yesterday we had Kumba Iron Ore. Today Impala kind of telling the same story about producing solid results from the production, the price of the rand rate, and really just benefiting from the commodity super cycle.
Yes, and certainly apart from Naspers and Process, that was the other story of the day, was the platinum sector. Both Impala and Anglo American Platinum up about 2%. Anglo American Platinum had around about a 500% increase in earnings as a result of a very strong platinum price, or a platinum group metals prices. And obviously, the weaker rand is helping as well, because both of those companies' earnings are very much geared towards the weaker rand. And Impala coming out today saying that it will have at least 20% plus earnings when it reports a little bit somewhere in September. So one can expect good results from Impala as well. So there certainly is the anticipation of, as with Anglo American, possibly a special dividend, and with the demand for platinum and rhodium looking pretty good over the next 12 months. Possibly those prices can rally further, although it being said, this type of commodity cycle doesn't go up indefinitely, and one should probably be a little bit cautious if one looks forward, a year, 2 years into the future.
Right, another company also reporting a little bit of positivity today, Ricus, was Attack. They're operating in the commercial property space, and they said their properties were actually not affected by the violent unrest that we saw 2 weeks ago, but they are still operating in a very difficult environment, aren't they?
Certainly are, and if ever that dictum about that property always depends on location, it certainly was the case with Attack, because their main properties are, fortunately for them, situated in Gauteng and the Western Cape. And they took preemptive action in actually taking measures to stop anybody from entering their various specifically shopping centres, and because the unrest wasn't really in Gauteng, specifically at their Waterfall Park complex or in the Western Cape, they were lucky in not suffering as a result of that, as so many other listed property companies have done. That being said, they are still trading in a very difficult environment. We are still under restrictions, and we certainly don't know how shoppers or what shoppers are going to do once restrictions are totally lifted. Are they really going to return to shopping malls in mass, or as the stay-at-home ordering from home taken root to the extent that that their footfall could be suffering, because they certainly are operating in the sector of customers that have learned that maybe not going to a shopping mall is not such a bad idea.
Ricus, many thanks for your insights this evening. Ricus Reeder from PSG Wealth giving us a wrap of the markets day. Sally, we